Okay guys, so here's a video where I want to walk you guys through how the vast majority of the labs are going to work for us in this online format. Most all of your labs will have two parts to them. One part is virtual, that's through the McGraw-Hill Connect platform. The other part is what we call the kitchen lab or hands-on. You're doing stuff at home. You're going to be in your kitchen, you're going to be on your porch, you're going to be whatever, but you will need to gather the supplies. And a lot of these are things you already have in the house, like a bunch of glasses. Do you have food coloring? Do you have an egg? Simple things like that. So, but any science course in Illinois, to transfer, you have to have hands-on lab experience. It can't just all be virtual, click, 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 there I did a lab. No, there needs to be hands-on. And that's what these kitchen labs are designed to do, is give you the hands-on experience. Okay, so when I put out an announcement, there will be an announcement here that shows some screenshots of labs and where to find the lab resources, things like that. So let's start with the Connect component. When you guys go into the Connect course, this is what you should be seeing right now. The little red box here with the beaker in it, or the flask, is the virtual lab, or labs, because a lot of them have multiple parts to them. This activity might take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 minutes, and then you want to complete the homework sheet. Now, to do the virtual labs, you click on the arrow, begin, and you're going to go into the virtual lab. It's basically a video game where it's going to take a minute to load, but then it's going to walk you through the steps. You're going to do this, you're going to mix this, you're going to do all these things, conducting a virtual lab experiment. Okay, so once you click on that activity, the diffusion across a selectively permeable membrane activity, you should be moving to this screen. Gives you a little bit of background information. This is going to reinforce what we talked about in the lecture. So I would encourage you to do the lecture first over chapter 5, then move into the virtual lab. Makes more sense. And then you move to the simulation. Now, because I'm an instructor, as it says up here, some actions are not available. It may look a little different on your end because you're the student end. This is just the limitation of the instructor side of some things. So anyway, you make a prediction. Read through the predictions, pick your choice, pick your strategy, and it's going to walk you through what you do over here. Go to phase 2. Okay, but it's saving your progress as you go. Now, it's going to give you step-by-step instructions over here. Make sure you scroll through all the instructions instead of, well, this is all I see on the page, I must be done. Now, there's going to be a bunch of different steps. So just follow the steps, progress to phase 3. Now, see, it tells me I didn't do it, so I got to go back and finish the phase. So there's a lot of self-checks here, or system checks that say, oh, you missed this step, you missed that step, and it walks you back through how to do things, okay? So the goal here is to reinforce the content with a lab type of activity, a virtual lab, because we're doing a completely online course. Once you've completed this activity, it's going to say, all right, you're done with the activity. Then, let me get back to student view. Then go do the diffusion concentration activity. Same process. When you're done with that, go do the molecular weight activity. When you're done with that, go do the diffusion lab homework. This is where you get your points. Now, something I want to point out. When you click on it, due date May 13th, ignore that. Go back to what I said in the video about getting started. Due dates are on the calendar. Ignore that. That is not accurate. So don't say, oh, I thought they were all due on the 13th. No, semester's over. Why would I make all the due dates after the semester's over? Those are there to allow the system to stay open the whole semester. But you have defined due dates for every lab, every quiz, every smart book, etc. Okay, so just want to stress that. But now that you're in the homework, boom, It's going to give you a series of questions. Click, click, click. Move to the, I'm just doing it. Check my work. Oh, no, I missed it. I can even correct it. So there's no reason why you shouldn't get a 5 out of 5 on this. So you go through all the questions, you submit. If you submit without finishing, that's you're just throwing away free easy points. Finish everything, submit it. I will then move your numbers manually over into the grade book. This is, I do not sync the systems because it creates additional, let's call it technology challenges. So you do it, you're done. Fantastic, you can see your results. Hopefully everybody should have a 5 out of 5 up here, 5 total out of 5 total. You're good with your diffusion virtual lab. Now, I want you to go back to Canvas. Go into our module and come down here to this. This is your hands-on, what I'm calling the kitchen lab. We created these so you guys don't have to buy lab kits. Lab kits are crazy expensive. They're more expensive than your book. So we've designed all sorts of different activities to do in your kitchen with what we hope are things most people have. There may be a few items you have to go out and purchase, but the majority of this stuff, I hope you have glasses and ice cubes and some food coloring. Okay? The goal is we want to keep this as cost effective as possible, as affordable as possible for you. I do not want a lab kit that's going to cost you $180 just to run labs. So be proactive though. Make sure you have the materials on hand. You may need to go to the store and get some of this stuff. Don't wait till the night it's due to go, oh, I need to go get an egg, or I need this. Proactive. Look at this the Sunday of the week that we're starting the unit. Make sure you got all your materials. You're going to be good to go. Okay, so here are the materials. Here's the procedure. Do it. You're going to fill this out. It's a Word document. Please download it, fill it out, save it as a Word document. Do not send it to me as pages. Canvas cannot read pages. If you're on a Mac, you just have to convert it to Word when you save it, or download Office 365. But send this back to me as a Word document. For those who need Office 365, right there. Download it onto your Mac. I'm a Mac user. I do everything in Word on Mac. Okay? So fill this out, explain it, and then I want pictures of your stuff to prove you did it. Take a picture. Now, pictures, you can stick them in the Word document. You can attach them into Canvas. But if you upload a picture, it's got to be in a JPEG format. So pay attention to your file formats. I can't open, I think it's HEIG or HEIC. There's other formats. Canvas cannot open those. I can't see your pictures if they're not in a JPEG or a PDF or uploaded and attached into the Word document. So if you don't submit it where I can see it, I can't give you points for it. And I want to give everybody all the points for the labs. You guys should max out and get 9s and 10s on all of your labs. That takes a lot of pressure off of what you have to do on a unit exam or a final to be successful. But if you don't submit a lab, you're throwing out easy points. Okay? So there's a couple exercises. Now this one, it takes 2 to 3 days to do. You got to take an egg, soak it in vinegar to get the shell to come off. You can't do that in an hour. That takes several days. So start this one immediately, as soon as possible, so you can get it done in time for the lab deadline. All right, so then this is what your eggs should look like when you take the shell off. I would back it up and do more than 2 eggs, because if you pop one, now you're done. So do maybe 3 eggs, or if you got an extra 4th egg. It's better to have backups than not have what you need when it comes time to do your results. Okay, so walk through the procedures and then answer the questions. Fill it out, save it, and then you're going to upload it into Canvas. All right, so the place you got it from is the same place you're going to upload it when it comes time to upload. All right, so again, click on that for diffusion osmosis, you download, and then, oh, here's where I upload. Here's where I upload my camera pictures if I want, or put them into the Word document, whatever's easiest for you, and then you submit it. Done. I'll go in and I'll grade it. I will put feedback in there, and you guys are all good to go. Everybody should be getting 9s and 10s on their labs if they do them. The biggest problem is when people don't do the labs, they're throwing out 10 points. That's going to make a big difference at the end of the semester. Okay, so diffusion osmosis lab. This unit, we have an enzyme lab. Same scenario. There's a connect portion. Scroll down here. You're going to do a series of enzyme-based activities in Connect virtually, and then here's your homework sheet. Boom. It's going to tell you immediately, you should have gotten 5 out of 5 points on that. I will manually move it over into Connect. Again, ignore the May 13th deadline. That is not accurate. The deadline is what the calendar says and what the announcements say, not what's showing in Canvas. Enzyme lab, same procedure. You're going to download this. You're going to work through a series of steps, and then you're going to upload your assignment once you're done. Drag it there, put your photos in there, you're good to go. This one, you're going to need, it says meat tenderizer. That is not a hammer. That is actually the seasoning stuff you sprinkle on food to make food taste better. Like if you're going to make a hamburger, you put meat tenderizer. It's usually a powder or granular type of thing. You're going to need some Jell-O. You're going to need some fruit, some bowls. Okay, so again, be proactive. If you don't have it in the house, Dollar General sells Jell-O for less than $1 a box. Grab a can of fruit. Grab some fresh fruit. You get to eat the extras. But you're going to need to get some materials for this lab to make sure you guys can walk through all this. You're going to need some eggs again. So you used eggs in the first one, use the extra eggs here. All right, now I know I have to go and buy a dozen eggs or 6 or 8 eggs for this. I apologize for that cost, but it's a whole lot cheaper than those lab kits that some people are using. Those 100 plus, I've seen $150, $180 just for labs. I think $3 for eggs is a lot better than a $180 lab kit. It's just how I'm trying to run my courses. Each instructor is different. Fill out your answer sheet, save it as a Word document, put your pictures there, upload it into Canvas for me. Okay, so this is how the labs are going to work. You're going to see this pattern as we go through the semester, and we have labs, 2 labs per module. Most of them will have the 2 parts: connect, kitchen, connect, kitchen, connect, kitchen. Do both parts to get all the points. When it comes to the grade book, I can't show it because everybody's in there. That's a privacy issue. But you'll have columns in the grade book that explain, here's your grade for the connect part of the lab, here's a grade for the Canvas part of the lab, the kitchen hands-on stuff. So I try to keep all that very, very organized in that grade book so you guys know exactly where you're getting your points. You can go back into the lab and access the lab to look at my comments to see if you're, well, why'd I get a 3 out of 5? Well, go in and look at my comments. It's the feedback that tells you why you missed points, if any. I want to give everybody full points, but you got to do the work. You have to submit it on time, and it needs to be done, for the most part, correctly. I have some leniency. I'm not that crazy where if you miss one thing, you're down 3 points. But you need to do the work to show me you're putting the effort in to get these concepts through the lab side of the course. All right, so that's how we're dealing with our labs. Any questions? Please, please, please let me know.